Okay, so we're going to be looking at the root, or the 1, the Ionian, and we're looking at its triad, okay? And then we're going to look at the Lydian triad down here, 4, 5, 6. All right, and of course there's 5, 7, 2 for the fifth, but we've got this on the screen now. What I want you to do is look at this and recognize the string shapes and see what we're going to play on each of these is in white in this case. So it's root 3, 5, root 3, 5, root. Okay, so instead of just going right now, I have a C shape C here. Okay, so it'd be, that's the pentatonic. That's right up here. Root 2, 3, 5, 6, root 2, 3, warp up, 5, 6, root 2. Now these are little parts of the fretboard here. These are the cages. This is the E tripentatonic cage. Okay, so up here we show you it's E to A to C. A is going to be the fourth. All right, so we have right here is E, and as you know, when you go down one string, you get to the fourth string shape from that, which is A. But that's not useful for us now. Right now, what we need to do is look at what is the note we're going to play in each string shape. It's going to be the same. Okay, so let's span across this. Here's your E shape. Let's just look at the E string. We're going to just play the root. Remember, root G. The root is played in the G and the E box. Okay, box. You know, tripentatonic or string shape. So look at our G string shape right up here. What are we playing? Just the root. Root is in the E and the G box. Okay, the third is in the D, which I'm probably never going to remember that, and the fifth and the third are in the C. Okay, fifth third, you know, like 5/3, you know, like 1.5 or whatever it is, 2.5. And then the fifth is in the A. Remember, A only has 5, 6, so it's going to be the fifth. They're going to be the same. Okay, so this is in the triad right here. Now, I guess we got two choices. We could go down to Lydian fourth here, or we could go over. If I could quickly discuss this. So the Lydian fourth triad is going to be 4, 6 root, right? Well, look at this. Here's 4, 6 root. Here's 4, 6 root, A shaped fourth. So say we're on the C shape for the root. We're going to do this A shaped fourth up here. Right there is root 4, 6. Okay? Our D shape is, remember we were talking about that 3. Wait a minute, I thought we were going to play the 3. Yeah, we're going to play the 3 when we're going to play the 3. But now we're playing the 4 in the root 6, in the 4, 6 root, right? Because that is our, you know, here's our 1, 3, 5. Here's 4, 4, 6 root. 5, 7, 2. Okay? But what is going to make it easier is we're not going to worry about that we're playing the fourth here on the D shape. We're not going to worry about that today. Today we're going to realize that we're going to play an A shape that is going to be root 2. It's going to be an A shape. Now let's look at what our A shape really is. We'll go over to the A box here. We're going to be playing that A shape starting from the E box, because A is the fourth of E and E is the fifth of A. But in this case, so now all we have to do is play this. So let's see how these are exactly the same. Rather than play them, I'm going to copy this thing right here, and then we'll go back to the place we were right here. Here's our 4, 6 root, okay? We're going to make room for it up here, and we're going to put it right next to it. I'm going to show you that they're the same. So here it is, root 4, 6, 5, root 3, and then root 4, 6 up here, 5, root 3, and 5. You see that? They're the same. So we only really had to memorize that our A-shape root chord, pentatonic, A-shape root pentatonic, okay, was in this configuration. Once we learned how to play that, we can play that for the fourth, and we don't have to do 4, 6, root 4, 6. So where's the root in E? Of course, a genius would know that, right? Once you give somebody 7 root 2 on a string shape, they're going to know where those things are. And that it can be done that way, but I'm just showing you an easier way. So similarly, C is the 5th shape of the E shape, and it's going to be 5, 7, 2. And instead of worrying about, okay, we're going to play the 7s of the E string shape, okay, because we know that the root diatonic goes 7 root 2 3 4 5 6 7 root 2 3 4 5 6 7 root 2. Okay, and the root pentatonic is just root 2 3 5 6 root 2 3 5 6 root 2. Okay, so now I'm going to play the 5th of that in a C shape. Now we're going to expand like a slinky. We're going to expand that slinky down to a C-shaped, in this case it'd be a C-shaped G. So the thing is, we would play the C pentatonic there. Alright, so the bottom of a C pentatonic is a diatonic would be 3, 4, 5, right? But in the triad, we're just going to play the 3 and the 5 of it. Okay, so it'd be C there, and so it's not an E shape, it's the 5th of C. We'd go to the 5th of C shape, which would be G shape up there. Remember, the G just is root, so it's okay. Then we're going to go to the 5th of the G shape. Okay, and we're kind of behind one string here. You can see the pattern going on. We've got C shape to G shape to D shape is going to be the 3rd string now, and D we know is the 3rd, right? So it's 2, 3, 4, like that. That is the 3rd of. So B is the 3rd of G, like that. So to make it easier, we just play that C. That C tritonic right there, so it would be something like 3, 5. Okay, then for the E shape, for the C shape, it would be like 3, 5, and then we go up to the root there. You can see how it gets a little complicated once again, but you can play it by memory and just do your C shape right there. Okay, so it would be, alright, and I did explain you the first 3 strings there. It gets a little complicated, but it works. Music has that depth to it that you can look as deep as you want, and with the 4 and the 6, it's the same thing. Here we're going to be playing an A shape there. Okay, so A is pretty much the 4th of E, so we're essentially playing an A shape down here. An A string, as we saw in the A shape, that would be the 5, would be the root. Okay, kind of thing. So although it says 4, 6 root, okay, so the root would be the 5th there in the A shape, if you just want to do it by string shapes. Now let's go back up to here and look at the string shapes as they stay the same as we go across the 5 caged shapes. Okay, so we've got the E shape, all right, and we know that the E in the triad, we're not going to play the 7.